Okay, the postman has finally arrived, so we now have the letter. And it reads as follows. Dear Tich and Dr. Neaves, my name is Clayton, and I'm writing to you from a place of feeling very conflicted. I was in a relationship with someone, and we broke it up. At the time, I don't know what really happened. I did not treat her very well, but since then, we've started talking again, and I've realized how much she means to me. I'm keen to get her back, and I've been trying to quote her, sending her flowers and communicating with her on a daily basis. The problem is, I know she is very hesitant to try again because of how I acted before. I truly feel like she could be the one, but I also know I need to prove myself. Please, can you help me? How do I convince her that I am a changed man and that I genuinely want her back in my life and I'm going to do the right thing? Yours sincerely, Clayton. All right, there's the letter written by Clayton. Let me welcome our incredibly talented and gifted professional Dr. Nicholas Neaves. Doc, good evening. How are you doing?
Hey, good evening. I'm doing really good. Thank you, Clayton. Wow, thanks for a very brave letter. And your heart seems set on winning this lady's heart back. And so we have to understand that whatever has happened has obviously caused her heart to close. And she's probably felt this has been some sort of betrayal. A woman can often experience a lot of deeper emotion than us gentlemen can. And so they are experiencing the need to have you actually really atone for what has gone before. And that means not just an apology, not just, saying sorry, but atonement really means showing her through your actions and your behavior that you really mean what you say. And so it's not so much about the flowers, it's not so much about that effort to try and win her over, but it's the ability to show up emotionally each time she brings up the past and to be there to hear her and allow her heart to express the pain that's there. And that may take a couple of times. And in my experience, working with people who've perhaps gone through a betrayal or any kind of trauma, they need their story heard a couple of times. And so if you are prepared to win her back, you're going to need to just understand that there's going to be a couple of times that you're going to have to go back and be available to hear the story, but more importantly, hear the story all the way through to its completion so that she can really feel that you've heard her. And more importantly, you can show her that in your face and in your body, you know that you've hurt her. Okay? As men, we often are very quick to rationalize things and we put things behind us very quickly. And so we move on pretty quickly. We often just think an apology is enough. But you actually have to genuinely feel the hurt that she's hurting before she's going to probably let you in. And that's going to take a little bit there on your part there, just to, be able to be available for that when these conversations come up again. Okay, so I hope you're prepared to do some good listening and be available. And I would also just realize that you also are someone who's going to not necessarily have to impress her. Sometimes women can see through that pretty quickly. They know you're trying to impress, they know you're trying to get back in. And so I would just look at a few, tasteful, small sort of impressions that you can make and not get into, say, a love bombing type of situation that might be a bit overwhelming and also maybe put it off a little bit there. What she's looking for is the atonement aspect, okay, where she can actually see that you are really quite sorry.
Yeah. So, Doc,
Yeah,
these things are kind of happening quite often nowadays. There's that
yeah,
old saying that, you can only realize how much something has been important to you when it's gone. And I think that's
yeah,
the situation where Clayton finds himself today. So let's
yeah.
welcome the author of the letter, Clayton. Good evening. Welcome. How you doing?
We teach.
Yeah.
Hi, Clayton.
I know you want your woman back. You want her back in your life.
I really do, man. I really do.
Hey?
Yeah,
It's been
Nah,
hard. It's been hard without them, man.
yeah. Yeah.
Clayton, man, I can hear that you do, man, and you know, remorse is a wonderful place to get to, where you can understand, you know, what has happened, and it sounds like she's there. It sounds like she is available. That the door is still open, as far as I can hear. And so you're going to have to play the patient game here and rebuild trust. And trust is rebuilt through consistency and showing up every day. And again, to be available when she wants to go back and just talk about things. She's going to need a lot of validation, a lot of reassurance on your part, even if it's something that you feel wasn't that bad or not that serious. You know, to a woman's heart, it is generally very serious, and they're very sensitive to these things. And the more you can show her that you understand that it's a sensitive issue, you're going to certainly start the process of winning her heart back. So stay in there. You need to get in there for the long game, and don't flood her, don't love bomb her. Um, and I would certainly reach out, but I wouldn't, you know, triple text her, for example. I wouldn't initiate too much of the time. Give her space. She knows you're there. Don't overwhelm her. Don't make it about you. And just, you know, show that you're there. And then when she starts to reach out to you, it tells you that she's reached that point of gaining interest again, and she's curious about you and she wants to know where you are. So just make sure that you do initiate, but make sure that you also step back a little bit and give her space to just breathe and just process things, right? And that's where you're going to have to be courageous and just, you know, have the faith that she will eventually reach out. Even if it's 2, 3 days later, it may even sometimes take a week, but give it space. And just, you know, after that week, if she hasn't messaged you, pop her a message, just something nice and light. Hey, thought of you. How's the week been? Love to hear from you, right? Just something nice and light. Not, are we back together? Can we talk about the relationship? Don't get too heavy too soon about the commitment side, the relationship side. Rebuild the friendliness, the camaraderie between the two of you by giving her some space too. I hope that makes sense. What do you think, Clayton?
It definitely does make sense. It definitely does make sense.
Yeah,
I've been trying to give her some space. It's been we communicate, but we don't communicate as much as anymore now. And I
yeah.
definitely get what you're saying to me now.
Mm.
Hey,
It's a it's a
it's been
tough
hard,
position you're in.
but
Yeah, it's a tough position you're in, and I can hear in your heart that you know, have changed. You're a changed man, and you're not going to let that happen again. Um, and so you're going to just show her through consistency that you're there. So it's going to be a couple of weeks, a couple of months, from what I'm hearing, of you just staying there. So don't lose faith. You know, you're going to have to just keep
yeah.
going with this one. Don't expect something to turn around after a week. Don't let yourself get resentful if she's not showing interest after just a couple of weeks. It's going to have to be a process of rebuilding her trust, and that's going to mean possibly a friendship to start off with, and then eventually, hopefully, the attraction can come back again. Okay, depending obviously on how severe the incident was. You know, it's going to depend on there for how long it's going to take. Okay, so yeah, you're going to have to. Yeah, bite your tongue and just be a little bit patient there, okay? And don't forget to fill your life up. You know, life carries on. We all make mistakes. Fill your cup. Make sure you're not sitting there on your phone waiting for her text. Fill your life up with things too, okay? That's probably the best advice, is just keep things going on your side. It'll show her that you've also got other interests and that you are living your life. You are remorseful and you're sorry, but you're not, excuse me, putting everything on a hold just for her. That'll give her confidence to come back.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Dr. Neaves, thank you, thank you.
yeah. That's a tough one, man. You know, a woman takes a little bit longer to rebuild that interest, and
And
attraction is
understand,
built.
yeah.
Yeah, attraction's not built when you're in conversation with them or when you are with them. Attraction is built in a woman's heart when you're actually away from them, where they can think about you and they can have their imagination activated and they can wonder what you're up to. All right. And so,
Oh,
you know, are you with me? That's very important, just to
yeah.
allow that to happen. Men often make the mistake of constantly contacting every day. Let me show her that I'm persistent. Let me show her that I'm serious. But it can often flood the woman and make her feel overwhelmed and almost responsible for your emotions. And that's very unattractive. She doesn't want to feel responsible and make you feel better for your guilt. No, she wants a partner again. And so you're going to, need to give that space and allow her to come back to you. And
Okay.
Thank
you
you.
know that's going to show her that you have that courage and internal strength, that whether she comes back to you or not, you are okay. That's a very important thing that she's going to test you for, is can he stand on his own, whether or not I come back to him, or is he dependent on me for his happiness? If she picks that up, she's going to be put off quite a bit there, and then it'll be tough to get her back.
Is that for real, Doc?
Okay.
I'm the kind of guy who, Clayton, I'm the kind of guy who'll call her 15 times. Send chocolates in the
I,
morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I,
Send a
I
present
get
in the
you. I get you.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Invite her for
Yeah.
dinner. Is that wrong,
Yeah, yeah.
Doc?
Yeah,
No,
Clayton, you know what
it's
I'm
not
saying?
wrong.
I think initially it's very flattering, and I think it can be quite a lovely compliment. But here's the thing, right? She'll often feel then obligated to respond out of her own guilt. Like, wow, look how much she spent on me.
Oh,
Maybe I should reply. Um, you want her to build genuine interest. Often when we are that persistent and we give that much, they might take from us, but a very key ingredient doesn't grow in that process, is you actually spoiling her. And so what doesn't happen is respect doesn't grow. Okay. And so she realizes that she can just get from you, and in a way you spoil her. So sometimes less is more. And what you'll find is that the men who don't give as much and who have a little bit more mystery are often the men that women are more attracted to, because women like to actually fight for what they want. They want to earn the right to be next to you. The minute that they know that they've got you and that you're attracted to them more than they're attracted to you, they don't really grow in respect. They know that you could then be one of many. And so you become more of an option and not the one. So be careful of that. Okay,
oh,
you want to have a life where you know what direction your train is going on, in inverted commas. In other words, you want to know what you're doing and invite her into that life, and that takes time. Okay, you don't want to convince her, motivate her, because she might go along with that for a couple of weeks. But I can promise you now, I've not seen that being a very successful long-term strategy. As much as it's going to be difficult, and I know you're going to have to be a little bit more patient there.
patient and work a bit harder, man.
Yeah, and it's about being genuine and really genuine. You see, what you're going to have to do this time round is show her, whatever the mistake was, you need to show her that you've recognized the mistake and that you've got the ability to change your behavior. That's what she's looking for. So you must write down what the mistake was and go and write down 5 things next to that, what are going to be the complete opposite behaviors that are now positive,
With the
more
mistake.
mature, and more attractive, and embody those behaviors. Otherwise, she's just going to see through the love bombing and the persistence and all of those things, because she knows it can't last.
Gonna
She
come
knows
off
if
as
you're
I'm
gonna,
not genuine with them.
yeah. And the genuineness is to really become a good listener. And so when she does talk to you, are you hearing her? Are you opening her heart? Are you caring for her? Are you understanding what she's saying? Even if it doesn't make sense or you don't agree with her, can you help her feel understood in that moment, in whatever she's sharing, so that she feels close to you and that you are someone that she can share things with, and that you're not going to just give her your opinion or judge her or move on from the subject or try and fix her, right? Or try and protect her. Can you really be there for her? And she's going to be testing you for that. So you'll notice that she'll start asking you 1 or 2 deeper sort of questions. And it's in that moment that you're going to want to be able to just follow her thoughts and ask a few more questions around, Tell me more about that. How did that make you feel? That must have been tough. That was really scary. Tell me about that experience. And you ask her questions and you open her up so that she knows that you're there and you're present with her. Often, what us men do with our behavior and where we make mistakes is that we don't show the woman that we're very present with her. And sometimes we get distracted. Sometimes our presence goes into work, or maybe even sometimes other women, right? And so the one that's with us doesn't feel that we're often connected and present with them. So this time around, you're going to have to really show her that you know how to be present with her. Okay.
Mm. Okay, okay. Thank you, Dr. Neaves, man. I really
All right.
appreciate it.
Yeah, Clayton, your heart's
Yeah.
in the right place. And I can hear the great intentions there. And yeah, look, if it's not going to be this one, I'm pretty sure that the next person is going to be really blessed to have you come into their lives. You know, this is sometimes how life is, and this is how we learn. But I wish and I hope that this will turn around. Sometimes after we've made a mistake and we can atone for it, the relationship is stronger, right? Is stronger
Wow.
because you can do things together. So I really hope that is the case for you guys. And it seems like she's there. Can I ask you, what is her responsiveness like? Has she been reaching out to you? Has she been asking you questions? Where is she at the moment with all of this?
She she speaks to me, but she doesn't speak to me a lot. Like she'd ask me some questions every now and then. But then
Right.
sometimes it's just a matter of she's just checking up on me. How am I doing? And she doesn't want
Okay.
to necessarily talk about the whole situation a lot currently.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So don't talk about the relationship and what's happened. Just follow her in what she's talking about. So if she reaches out and she says, "Hey, how are you?" Just keep it short and simple. It's going really good. How's your day going? And then listen, hear what she says. She's going to
Yeah.
say something back. And then you really want to just like go into that a little bit more with her each time and just go a little bit deeper each
As
time
time goes
so
on,
that
yeah.
you know that, wow, even if she says, "Oh, well, I'm not doing anything at the moment. You know, the weather's pretty cold and I'm just chilling here on the bed." Okay, well, the weather's really cold out here and you're just chilling there. So what are you getting up to on the bed there? What's happening? And you just talk to her and you open her up. Don't change the subject, just follow her and follow the thread and ask more and more questions. And generally, that really is helpful to show her that you're able to connect with her and really understand a bit more of whatever life situation she finds herself in. Even if it's something that's not really that important, you are showing her you're
Mm.
curious and you're attentive and you're listening and you're present, that's going to get you a lot further than big bunches of flowers and chocolates and 15 phone calls a day. She's looking to see how you can connect with her.
Yeah,
Rekindle the
Clayton.
spark again. I get that.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Clayton, wish you the best, my man. You know, you
Okay.
do sound like a great guy, and maybe check in with us in the next couple of weeks. Wish you the
Yeah.
best.
Thank you, man.
Good luck, Clayton. All the best, man.
Some great advice, as always, from Dr. Nicholas Neaves. So we're going to do it again next week, Wednesday, same time, right here on Channel Africa.